Welcome to Insure for Life. I'm Stacy Gregory. This show is for people building families, building wealth, and building a future they refuse to leave unprotected. We're talking life insurance, legacy strategy, and smart planning that gives you control, confidence, and clarity. Secure your legacy. If you love it, secure it. Welcome to Insure for Life, the show where we talk about protecting families, building legacies, and making smart decisions about insurance and financial security. I'm your host, Stacy Gregory, and every week we bring you conversations that help you better protect the family and the future you care most about. Because at the end of the day, insurance is not just about policies, it's about peace of mind, protection, and preparing the people you love for tomorrow. Today, I'm joined by Harvey Chambers, the founder of Lifespan Group Coverage, right here in Richmond. Harvey brings nearly 40 years of experience in the insurance industry, helping individual families, employers navigate health coverage, Medicare, and workplace benefits. He is also a certified senior advisor and someone who has spent decades helping people make informed decisions about their coverage and their future. Harvey, welcome to Insure for Life. I am glad to have you here today.
Well, thank you, Stacy. It's a pleasure to be here today. So you asked me to tell a little bit about who I am.
Yes.
So I am an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I am a brother. I'm an uncle, and I am a cousin. So I am the son of Tom and Helen. And so my legacy goes back to a rural town called Halifax, Virginia. And just excited to be here today.
Well, I'm happy to have you. So you told us about your personal life. Tell us why insurance.
So why insurance? So Stacey, when you look at the actual rising cost of college tuition today, in-state tuition is running around $123,000, and out-of-state tuition can go up to about $176,000 for a college in the United States right now. So when you think about the cost of college and the fact that some families are financially strapped and they can't afford to have their children do that, so now we're encouraging individuals to look at other options for their career. And insurance is one of those options. It's not what you call something sexy that people really are attracted to. Mm-hmm. But when you look at the actual fact that, as you mentioned in your intro about protecting lives, and so when you think about that and then the actual income potential just to be an entrepreneur and a business owner in insurance, it's definitely a rewarding industry to go into.
And I always hear a lot of people talk about trades like plumbing, HVAC, electrician, but I don't hear many people talk or encouraging young people to get their insurance license. But I started in insurance in 2008, and I started in insurance because I was a mom with two small children, and I wanted to be able to put them on the bus and be home when they got off the bus, but I also wanted to contribute financially to my household, and insurance allowed me to do all of that. So for the last 17, almost 18 years, insurance has changed my life. My son, Jeremiah, he is a freshman at Howard, and we have talked about him getting his insurance license so that when I pass away, he will continue to receive my residual income on a monthly basis. So you're right, insurance is a great option for young people.
It is, and when you think about what you just said as far as the residual income, that means that at some point you can step away potentially from the business and still make money and enjoy your retirement and your family. And so that's a really option that a lot of people don't think about. And the other thing is, Stacy, we don't, and when children are in school and they're like elementary school, middle school, there's not a lot of interest or encouragement to pursue insurance as a career. And so I have been in some discussions recently about how can we encourage our young people, even in middle school and in high school, to look at insurance as a career option for them.
Do you have employment opportunities for young people that may be graduating from high school and or college that may be looking for a career choice? Do you have opportunities for them?
I do, actually. So as a part of Lifespan Coverage Group, I am contracted with a company called Colonial Life.
Okay.
And so I am always looking for independent agents to come and work with Colonial Life to actually help employers retain and recruit their employees. The rising cost of healthcare is going up, every day. And so with that, employers need to look at options to protect their employees. and we are able to do that with Colonial Life. And so with that, we can actually help young people who may be looking for career options establish themselves and make a money for themselves and help their families as well.
I think as an insurance agent, it gives you flexibility in your schedule. So if you have other interests like music or anything in the arts, it allows you to make money and still pursue other dreams that you may have. Now, when you talk about employer benefits, can you give us an example of what those are and how it helps employers and their employees enhance their benefits? What does that look like?
So it just depends on the employer, right, and the employees. So what we would do with that Colonial Life option is that we would look at that employer and ask them what do they feel is beneficial for their employees when it comes to, let's say, cancer policies, a hospital indemnity policy, which will protect the employees in that way, term life, whole life, cancer, and so we use accident and disability. So we have a cafeteria menu of benefits that we can look at. And then what we do is we actually tailor it to the needs of that employer and the employee. So we do ask the employer to actually gauge and get a feeling from their employees, what would you really like to have offered as a benefit? And so we can tailor those benefits based on that.
So I'm really big on life insurance.
Yes.
And what I understand with Colonial Life is that once you get the life insurance benefit on the job, it's portable, which means that if you leave or lose the job, you can continue with that life insurance. Is that true?
That is correct. So the life insurance is portable for the employees, and most of our benefits are portable, so they can actually take those benefits with them when they leave the employer. The great news about that is that they can take that with them, and particularly if there's someone who's turning 65 and aging into, let's say, Medicare, they can actually take those benefits with them into their Medicare life as well.
So with the whole life policies that you offer, those are permanent policies.
Yes,
is that correct? Okay, so it means once you start them, as long as you make the payments, you'll have them for life.
That's correct.
Okay,
yes.
All right. So I like that a lot.
And so we do have plans that are what we call guaranteed issue. There's no underwriting for those, and then there are policies that a person may have to go through an underwriting in order to get as well.
Okay, so if someone has a chronic condition like cancer or anything like that, if they're within the guaranteed issue period, those things aren't an issue.
That is
they
correct.
Get it through Colonial Life on their job.
Yes.
Okay, so I really like that because I talk to a lot of people that say I have insurance on the job, and a lot of times people have insurance on the job, but those policies end once you leave the job. But it's good to know that with Colonial Life, if your employer offers these benefits, and whether you stay or leave, you still can continue with those benefits after you leave the job. So I think that's very, very important. And that's one of the big things that I like most about Colonial Life is that you do offer something that you can take with you once you leave the job.
Yes, and so for individuals who are employers that may be watching today, if you have employees that are if you have at least 3 employees or more, that's something that we can actually talk to the employer group about to see where they would fit with our Colonial Life portfolio of products.
So what I've also found is that sometimes the employer can't always offer them a larger salary, but if you offer them these additional benefits, that really adds value, and people see value in that. So they may be willing to take a job that offers them benefits that may be paid $50 to $1 less, but if they offer these benefits, they're inclined to stay because they value the benefits versus a company that may pay a little more but not offer them anything. So that is definitely a value that business owners should consider when they look at their employer group and figuring out what they can do to keep them on staff.
Yes, and that's what we talk. We really encourage looking at this portfolio of benefits that we offer through Colonial Life to help retain and even be able to recruit employees, because sometimes employer groups, they can say to someone who's coming on, hey, we offer you these benefits that are available. So that's a great way to actually recruit some employees sometimes as well.
Now, I think a lot of people now are looking for these benefits because everything has gotten to be so expensive, and a lot of people don't know how to access these benefits. So when they come to the job and they just sit down with someone and say, hey, these are what's available to you, all they have to do is say yes. And then they're covered. Their family is protected. So that's great.
Yeah, and the one thing I like about how Colonial Life does that is that we actually will meet with each employee individually and go over those benefits, whether it's there at the job, whether it's a virtual meeting with those employees. So we will make sure that we sit with them and that the employee understands exactly what the benefits are that are being offered and how that will fit into their life.
So we're here in the Richmond area, and with Colonial Life and Harvey, we're trying to make an impact. We want to meet with as many business owners as possible to give them the opportunity to offer these benefits to their group, their employees. So Harvey, if there's a business owner here that is listening, how can they get in contact with you?
Certainly. So they can reach me at 804-512-3118. That's my mobile number. And Stacey, as you mentioned, Colonial Life has actually been in business for over 80 years, and so we have a presence in the Richmond area. We're actually trying to make sure that employers know that we're here, but across the country, we have now over 100,000 lives employer groups that we actually work with. So 4.5 million people are being covered through Colonial Life benefits. So with 100,000 employers that are offering us, throughout the country, there's definitely a place for employer groups here in the Richmond area to look at us as well.
When I first heard of Colonial Life, I was with an event. It was for caregivers, and I probably spoke with 5 or 6 teachers that were at this event, and I was talking about life insurance, of course, and they were telling me how they had this great plan through Colonial Life, and they were speaking of the cancer policy, and they had experienced some type of cancer diagnosis, and they spoke so highly about it and how it helped them so much and how it filled so many gaps. And I was like, man, this plan must really be great. I need to know more about this. And then Harvey introduced me again to Colonial Life. So I know, based on people that have had the policies and have used it, they have been very pleased with the outcome because they have experienced the benefit of receiving money because they were diagnosed with cancer, and it helped them with recovery.
Yes.
It helped them have the peace of mind that they didn't have to worry about money because they had money set aside to fill the gaps, and they were able to recover with some peace of mind without having that financial strain. So that cancer policy, I've heard great things about it. So thank you, Harvey, for being here. Anything else you want us to know about you? And
I guess just for those that are listening, and thank you for allowing me to be with you today, Stacey. I appreciate that. It's just really what we're trying to do is make sure that we protect our families and our assets. So, and then actually have a legacy to go forward.
Okay, all right. So one of the biggest things, so Harvey is here and he's looking, if you are graduating high school or college, or you're looking for career transition, looking to do something different, you should look into insurance, because for me, it changed my life. It enabled me to be a mother, a wife. It enabled me to give my children opportunities that they would not have had before without the financial success that I've had in life insurance. So insurance does many things. It protects your family. It protects your community. It gives you income.
Yes.
And it's life-changing in many ways. So call Harvey if you want know more about the insurance business.
Thank you. Again, 804-512-3118.
And I am Stacey Gregory, and you can reach me on all socials, Stacey Gregory Insurance, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and my website is also Stacey Gregory Insurance, and my number is 804-539-6397. Thank you, Harvey. It was great.
You're so welcome. My pleasure.
Lifespan Coverage Group.
Yes.